Okay, here's the deal, guys. This is like my 1 billionth like video trying to do this, but whatever. And it's about the Matt De La Pena thing, and it was actually really fun doing it. And he was saying how no one really him to be a writer, and he didn't really expect himself to be a writer either, because he wasn't really that big of a reader, and he didn't really read through all like one full book. He kind of skimmed through books, and he was kind of saying how it was hard to try to read in like the area that he grew up in, because and even go to college in like the area, because like whenever you like he lived in an area like a working class area, so whenever like you got out of like high school, you just went straight into work no matter what like job you had, and you just went straight into work. And he said like throughout high school, he like really kind of like felt good when he was playing basketball and sports, because that was kind of like his escape when playing it. And like he actually finally went to college, and his parents were really proud of him when he was doing this, because no one really ever went to college in his like family. Like he was one of the first really to go to college in his family. And he actually like his first like actually career after that was writing for a reality show, like writing like scripts and stuff. And like he was just saying how reality shows weren't even close to being real, and they were telling people like which people were supposed to fight and which weren't, and like if you're supposed to act stupid, or like one of those like stupid blondes, or like try to be like a really smart person, or act really smart and act like you know what you're saying, unlike me, because I don't know what I'm saying right now half the time. This is like all I just wing half of this, but I don't really, because I have notes right here. And he also told us like some good advice, because he said I believe you are what you do when no one's around, because if you really think about that, that's really true, because like people are like some people are expecting you to do greater things than what you are, because really what I'm doing now, like, see, like me, for example, like, I'm really good at art, but people are expecting me to do better than what I really do. And that's really challenging for me, because when people expect me to do better, I kind of get flustered and do worse than what I can. And it's like really weird, because like they're forcing me to do better than what I am. And whenever I'm not forced, I do really good. Like kind of like how I showed you those pictures, I drew those except for like the first one. Like, I mean, it's very true what he's told us. Like, you are what you do when you're alone. Because yeah, people expect you to do greater than what you really are. And he actually did tell us that he could play guitar, which I thought was really cool. And I found that out that like the first book that he read like in within 2 nights, like which is like the very first time he did that, like like the book that he did read within 2 nights changed his life. And the book was called The Color Purple, and he never really knew what to do, but he felt like he was almost going to burst out into tears almost, but he actually didn't, because like he told us a funny story about like he like a tear went down his cheek, and like he looked up, and like the tear went back into his eye, and like it got soaked back up, and everyone started laughing. And yeah, he gave us more advice, but I didn't really write everything down that he said. But we all asked him questions, and like me, I asked him what inspired you to start writing, and he said that like there's certain things that are like magnificent like in the world that most people don't really acknowledge that much, and there's some things that like are just amazing that he did, like, and most people don't really realize this, but he really wanted to write down, so that's what he started to do. And then I also asked him what inspires you to keep going as like a writer, and he said the fans and all the people who read his books, because like if he didn't have fans, he wouldn't be writing like for big, huge publishing dates and things like that, and publishers and things like that. He wouldn't even be writing anymore, which I find really good advice, because, yeah, it kind of goes the same way for everything else. Like, if you want to make it big, you need to get your fan base and everything, and everything. I'm getting off topic again, but like his fans and everyone else who reads his books, because he first off like loves everyone who reads his books, because he's amazing. First off, he's an amazing writer, and he feels like accomplished whenever someone reads his books. Like, no matter how many people read his books, he feels like it's amazing. He feels amazing whenever someone reads his book and compliments him. Well, even if like someone just says, "Hey, I read your book," he feels amazing about that, which is really good. And someone else asked him, are any like events based, like any like, are any events that happen in any books real, or are they all made up? He said that some of them were real, but some of them were completely made up. And like someone asked him how like his writing process goes, and he said that it all depends on the book that he's writing, and how long does it take you to write a book. And he said the first book he wrote was 2 years, the second was 2.5, the third was 5 months, and like this fourth was 2 years. So it takes him a while to write books. And I actually think I got through everything he said in a short amount of time. Well, I think he's an amazing person, by the way. He's like almost like your best friend when you meet him, because he's so nice and so friendly and everything. And yeah, he's awesome. And I think that's about it of what I'm going to say. Bye, guys.